But the most important thing you can do when building capacity is to make sure that you pay yourself and you do it well. Can I get 3 questions, comments, and pushback?
Well, Jimmy, I think this is a super hot topic, and couldn't agree with the context of it more. I'm kind of battling that conversation right now because I have the very, very best team, and we need to do more to keep them because, like you said, losing staff costs a lot more money than keeping staff. But it's bigger than that, I think, and it's a society problem with this perception. And so, I'm filling out a grant application now, and it's, what are your percentages? Like, why are you asking me that? What is my impact is what you should be asking. But how do we fix it?
Thank you. I'll let you know that I am deep into the actual foundations because they're the ones that have the form that ask that question. The individual household donor doesn't have that form. And of course, we're able to contend with the individual donor.
Right.
In that regard, Pat, I said yesterday, I've never written a grant proposal until I already had a gift. And the way I overcome this with a foundation is, first of all, I get one trustee that's a rock star. I have them mentor me through the correct way that they want the proposal written, and I equip them to address that particular issue regarding percentages or whatever that means, and have my champion on the board of trustees defend us. I'm not necessarily here talking about government grants because government grants are fixed, and the way the laws are written, they sometimes put that silliness in there, and there is no way to contend with it. On the other hand, there's actually somebody that's reading your application for the first time and taking it up the chain. I have seen bureaucrats become our champions. Nobody thinks when they're getting a government grant to actually build a relationship with that particular division, state or federally. And if you do, you can make some progress there. The gifts of these resources, they really begin to have a conversation. And I'm brutal with donors, and they love it, by the way. I'm not disrespectful.
Yeah, I think like I had breakfast with one of our major donors on Monday morning, and he's new. He's like, "What are you paying your staff? Are you paying your staff enough?" And I was like, I wanted to lean over the table and kiss him, but unfortunately, when you're filling out an application, you don't have the opportunity for that, and sometimes that's where there's also an avenue for big dollars. I mean, we have a $3.5 million budget, and we don't have a director of development. I'm trying, I hope to be hiring one very soon, but I'm like, good golly, people, I can't give you any more hours. And it's not that you're, paying for me to have a luxurious retirement plan.
Oh, well, that's an error right there. And what you're saying is if we gave that to you, it would cause you more difficulty with the grant application. Pat, here's what I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to test with one person on a government grant. And, there's a nonprofit on this teleconference right now where 95% of all the revenues go to salaries. Of all the money that they raise, 95% of it goes to salaries because they have 14 counselors. Their program delivery is one-on-one therapy. And I am wondering if you and I can crack the nut on just one person, demonstrate. And by the way, I don't even know how they're breaking it up on your particular grant. Are they allowing program salaries to be recognized as program and not administrative?
We count them as programming, so they are. The office space that our programming people take is programming. The computers they use are programming.
Well, I'm glad I've met somebody of a like mind, and the fact that you were actually this week sitting in a conversation with a donor that gets it. I think you do win the award for most mature and elegant and excellent fundraiser of the day.
Well, good. So let's talk about your capacity for a gift, Jimmy. No, we're kidding.
If you don't ask, the answer is always no.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.